Have you ever noticed how some people seem to thrive on getting under your skin? They say things, do things, push buttons, and your instinct is to snap back. But here's the truth: giving in to that impulse doesn't make you strong. Staying calm does. Calmness isn't about suppressing your feelings or pretending nothing affects you. It's about stepping into your own power, grounding yourself, and choosing your response. It's about showing the world and yourself that you are bigger than the provocations, wiser than the insults, and stronger than the chaos others try to create around you. When someone provokes you, the first step is awareness. Notice the moment your blood starts to rise, your chest tightens, your mind races. That awareness is the doorway to choice. You can choose to react impulsively, or you can choose calm. And choosing calm is an act of courage, a declaration that you will not be owned by someone else's toxicity. The very first step in staying calm when someone is trying to provoke you is awareness. This means noticing the subtle changes in your body and mind the moment provocation begins. Maybe your chest tightens, your jaw clenches, your heart starts racing, or your thoughts spiral toward anger. These are signals, red flags that your system is reacting. Awareness is the bridge between instinct and choice. Without it, you're like a leaf caught in a storm, tossed around by someone else's behavior. But when you become aware, even for a brief second, you create a pause, a space where you can step back and observe what's happening instead of being swallowed by it. It's in this moment of noticing that power is born. Because as soon as you see your own rising anger or frustration, you realize this is happening to me, but it doesn't have to control me. You are no longer just reacting, you are witnessing, choosing, and reclaiming your authority over your own emotions. Awareness is not passive. It's active, courageous, and transformative. Once you become aware of the provocation, the next step is pausing. It sounds simple, but it's one of the most powerful tools you have. That pause, even if it's just a few seconds, gives your mind and body a chance to shift from reaction to intention. When someone pushes your buttons, your instinct is often to fire back immediately. But reacting in the heat of the moment usually escalates conflict and leaves you feeling regret or shame afterward. By pausing, you create a tiny but crucial gap between stimulus and response. In that gap, you regain control, you can breathe, reflect, and decide how you truly want to show up. Pausing doesn't mean weakness or avoidance. On the contrary, it's an act of strength. It's saying, I see what's happening. I feel the pull to react, but I am bigger than this moment. I choose my response. Over time, practicing this pause rewires your brain. You start responding with clarity, intention, and composure rather than letting someone else dictate your emotional state. Staying calm doesn't mean pretending you don't feel anything. It doesn't mean stuffing your emotions or acting like a robot. True calm comes from owning your emotions fully. This means acknowledging what you feel: anger, irritation, frustration, or even fear, without judgment. When you own your emotions, you stop giving them power over your actions. You recognize that feeling upset is natural, but acting impulsively on those feelings is optional. It's the difference between being hijacked by your emotions and consciously navigating through them. Owning your emotions also means accepting responsibility for them. No one makes you angry. Provocation may trigger a response, but the energy of your reaction is yours. By taking ownership, you reclaim authority over your inner world. You are no longer at the mercy of someone else's words or behavior. The more you practice this, the stronger your emotional resilience becomes. You develop a confidence that says, yes, I feel this. Yes, it matters. And yes, I will handle it in a way that honors my integrity. Calmness is not denial. It's courage in action, grounded in self-awareness and self-respect. One of the most powerful ways to stay calm is learning to detach from the bait. When someone provokes you, their goal, consciously or unconsciously, is often to control your emotions, to get a reaction, to pull you into their drama. When you take the bait, you hand them the power over your inner peace. Detachment doesn't mean you stop caring or become cold. It means you recognize the provocation for what it is and refuse to let it dictate your emotional state. You see the words, the actions, and the intentions clearly, and you make a conscious choice not to react in their way. This kind of detachment is rooted in presence and self-respect. You are fully aware of what is happening, yet you maintain your boundaries. You acknowledge the challenge, but you don't let it penetrate your calm. In practice, this might look like taking a deep breath, stepping back, or simply choosing silence instead of engagement. Every time you detach from the bait, you strengthen your inner armor. You send a quiet, powerful message: my peace is not negotiable. My emotions are mine to govern. Detachment is not indifference. It is strength disguised as calm, a refusal to let someone else's chaos become yours. When provocation hits, your body reacts before your mind can even process it. Your heart races, your muscles tighten, and your thoughts spiral. This is where breathing and grounding yourself becomes essential. A few intentional, deep breaths can shift your nervous system from fight or flight to presence and control. Grounding is about connecting to the here and now. Feel your feet on the floor, notice your body in the chair, focus on your breath flowing in and out. This simple act pulls you away from the emotional storm and into the calm center that always exists within you. Breathing and grounding are not passive, they are acts of resistance against chaos. They remind you that you have a choice, that your inner state is yours to protect. Each inhale reinforces your awareness. Each exhale releases the tension that provocation tries to ignite. Over time, this practice becomes a tool you carry everywhere. It transforms moments of tension into moments of clarity. You realize that calm is cultivated, not accidental, and that your composure is your superpower in the face of anyone trying to shake you. There is a crucial difference between reacting and responding, and it is the difference between losing control and holding power. Reacting is instant, impulsive, and often fueled by emotion. Responding is deliberate, intentional, and aligned with your values. When someone provokes you, the first instinct is to lash out, defend yourself, or retaliate. But responding means pausing, reflecting, and choosing your words and actions carefully. It's about asking yourself, what do I want this moment to be? How do I want to show up? Responding requires courage. It requires putting your integrity above your ego, your long-term peace above short-term satisfaction. And here's the beauty: the person provoking you often expects a reaction. When you respond instead, you shift the power dynamic. You demonstrate that your emotions and behavior are yours alone, not theirs to control. Practicing this consistently transforms not just how others see you, but how you see yourself. You build confidence, emotional resilience, and a sense of invincibility, not because provocations disappear, but because your response becomes a deliberate act of strength rather than an uncontrolled reaction. Empathy can be a powerful tool when someone is trying to provoke you, but it must be applied carefully. Understanding why a person is acting out doesn't mean excusing their behavior. It means recognizing that their actions often stem from their own insecurities, fears, or frustrations. When you practice empathy in this way, it allows you to step outside the emotional pull of the provocation. You begin to see that the issue lies more with them than with you. This perspective reduces the intensity of the emotions you feel and helps you maintain calm. However, empathy should never come at the cost of your boundaries. You can understand someone's pain without absorbing it or letting it justify disrespectful behavior. In fact, clear boundaries combined with thoughtful empathy make your calm even more powerful. You respond from strength and awareness, not from reactivity or guilt. By practicing empathy carefully, you cultivate a balance. You stay human, you stay compassionate, and you stay unshakable. You honor both yourself and others, and in doing so, you maintain control over your own emotional world, no matter the chaos around you. The final key to staying calm when someone is trying to provoke you is reinforcing your self-respect. Every time you choose composure over anger, awareness over reaction, and intention over impulse, you are making a powerful statement to yourself. I am in charge of my emotions. I am worthy of respect, and I will honor my inner peace. Self-respect is the foundation of emotional resilience. When you operate from a place of integrity, provocations lose their power. You no longer feel the need to defend, justify, or fight for approval. Your calm becomes a reflection of your self-worth, a shield that protects your peace and your dignity. This is not something that happens overnight. It is cultivated through practice, reflection, and conscious choice. Every pause, every breath, every mindful response builds the muscle of self-respect, and the more you exercise it, the stronger you become. Ultimately, reinforcing self-respect transforms provocation from a threat into an opportunity for growth. It allows you to navigate life with grace, strength, and unwavering calm, showing the world and reminding yourself that no one has the power to shake your peace unless you allow it. Staying calm in the moment isn't just about surviving a single provocation. It's about cultivating a habit of emotional stability that carries through your life. Each provocation you navigate successfully becomes a building block for resilience. You start to realize that the world will always have people trying to trigger you, but your response is consistent calm, grounded, and intentional. Focusing on long-term calm means prioritizing your mental and emotional health over short-term victories in arguments or conflicts. It's about seeing provocations as temporary storms, not permanent threats. You learn to respond in ways that preserve your energy, protect your relationships, and maintain your sense of self. Over time, this mindset transforms how you experience the world. You begin to approach interactions with curiosity instead of defensiveness, with composure instead of agitation. And the ultimate reward is not just peace in the moment, it's a life defined by calm, self-respect, and unwavering inner strength. The final key to staying calm when someone is trying to provoke you is reflection. After any tense encounter, take a moment to look back, not to dwell on what happened, but to learn and grow from it. Ask yourself, what triggered me? How did I respond? What can I do differently next time? Reflection transforms experience into wisdom. It helps you identify patterns, recognize your own strengths, and uncover areas where you can improve your emotional resilience. Each reflection is a step toward mastering yourself and your reactions. When you embrace reflection, calmness becomes more than a reaction. It becomes a practice, a skill, and a mindset. You start to see provocations as opportunities to strengthen your self-control, deepen your awareness, and solidify your inner peace. In this way, every challenging interaction becomes a teacher, and every provocation becomes a chance to show yourself and the world your unwavering strength. Reflection is the bridge between experience and mastery. By embracing it, you ensure that your calm isn't accidental, it's intentional, cultivated, and unstoppable. Staying calm when someone is trying to provoke you is not about suppressing your emotions or pretending to be unaffected. It's about choosing your power, your integrity, and your peace over the chaos others try to create. Each moment of awareness, each pause, each mindful response is a declaration: I will not be controlled. I will not be shaken. I am in charge of myself. Calmness is courage. Calmness is strength. Calmness is self-respect in action. And the more you practice it, the more unshakable you become, not because the world changes, but because you change the way you meet the world. Remember, provocations are temporary, but the mastery of your emotions is lasting. Stand in your power, honor your peace, and respond with intention. In doing so, you show the world and remind yourself that true strength is quiet, steady, and unbreakable. One of the most overlooked tools in staying calm is patience. Patience allows you to hold space for the provocation without immediately reacting. It gives you time to process, understand, and choose your response rather than surrendering to impulse. In moments of tension, patience becomes a quiet yet formidable shield. Cultivating patience is not about passive waiting, it's about active presence. It's about standing in your own center, breathing through the discomfort, and trusting that you have the capacity to respond wisely. Every time you practice patience, you reinforce your control over your emotions and your environment. Patience also shifts your perspective. Instead of seeing provocation as an attack, you start to view it as an opportunity to practice self-mastery, emotional resilience, and clarity of thought. Over time, this makes provocations less threatening and your calm more natural. Remember, patience is a choice, and in that choice lies your power. It's a superpower because it allows you to navigate even the most challenging situations with dignity, grace, and unwavering calm. The world may try to rush you, trigger you, or frustrate you, but your patience ensures that your inner peace remains intact. Another essential element of staying calm is setting and maintaining boundaries. Calmness is not about enduring everything silently or letting others dictate your emotional state. It's about knowing what is acceptable and what is not, and having the courage to uphold those limits without guilt or aggression. Boundaries act as a protective framework for your peace. When someone tries to provoke you, clearly defined boundaries allow you to respond with strength instead of frustration. They let you say, "I will engage on my terms, not yours," which shifts the dynamic from chaos to control. Maintaining boundaries requires both clarity and courage. It means you must confront discomfort, yours and theirs, without compromising your integrity. It also communicates self-respect, that your emotional well-being is valuable and non-negotiable. Over time, consistently honoring your boundaries reinforces your calm. You no longer react out of fear, obligation, or insecurity. Instead, you operate from a place of confidence, self-awareness, and unshakable inner strength. Boundaries are not walls, they are your foundation for peace, clarity, and empowered living.